Well, it's a very lovely day to be out with the old camera. I have been a little despondent with photography lately. I've been busy doing other videos for my own channel. But it's getting to the point where I think, have I exhausted everything that I potentially need to cover with my landscape photography, my, out and about, shoot what you see, all of those kind of things. To the point that I'm thinking, I need to cover street photography. I haven't done that yet. Now, let's face it, I am an amateur photographer. And what differentiates an amateur from a professional? Well, I think it's the old sponduli, isn't it? The cash for prizes. Anyway, I thought I would cover this video with some street photography from an amateur perspective. Now, many of us have been watching other YouTube channels. So Roman Fox covers great street photography, and Gary Goff did one recently on his £19 camera challenge. And I thought, I'm going to take those tips on board that Gary Goff has provided. So I'm going to set the camera to shutter priority. I'm going to have auto ISO on, and I'm going to let the camera decide what f-stop I need. So basically it's point and click, and you don't need, as Gary Goff says, any camera. Sorry? Yeah, I got it for the colour, that's all. Take a picture of the guy. So what am I going to do? I'm going to do what Gary Goff suggests. We're going to do f20, 1/125th of a second, auto ISO, and let the camera decide what f-stop we're going to have, because the shutter priority will do that. And I'm going to try and cover what I consider to be 3 topics for street photography. 1, obviously, is people. 2, I think, is architecture. And then 3 is abstract. So abstract is going to be shadows that are cast, creating abstract fine art photography. I think I should be able to get a few things. Now let's just cover quickly, am I allowed to take photographs in public? And the simple answer is yes. Public domain, you're out in the public, you can take photographs. There are some provisos, obviously. You see yourself a subject and you think to yourself, oh, that's a great subject, I'm going to follow that person around. And before you know it, you're slapped with an order for stalking. So you don't want to be going around pointing a camera in someone's face and then following them again, keep taking photographs of them. If you're taking pictures in a city, on a beach, people are going to expect to see a camera. I was looking for my phone just a minute ago when that guy interrupted me. You see this all the time. You see people with cameras and they just point them and they take random pictures, like I just took that one of this kid that's wondering why I'm talking. And no one bats an eyelid, you're out with your phone, you're just taking random shots and no one will question it. You start pointing this in someone's face, especially when you zoom in, they'll be like, stop, don't do that. Another thing is, someone can challenge you. What are you doing? Why are you taking photographs? If you're actually on private property, then they have every right to ask you not to take the photographs. Don't take shots here, this is private. You might be standing outside a hotel entrance, for instance. But if you're in public domain, then you are permitted to just take random pictures, and that includes pictures of people. So if you are challenged, be polite. Just say, I'm taking shots, just doing an art portfolio, I'm practicing my photography skills, whatever it is. As long as you give them a reason and enter into a discussion with them, chances are it's going to be fine. You might well be wanting to take a photograph of someone in particular, so you can actually go up to them, and this happened to me. I took this shot of this artist, and he was standing over there on the harbour arm, just painting a scene. And I said to him, can I take a picture? Yeah, go for it. And so asking someone, can I take a picture of you, you can take as many as you like then, can't you? So I think what I'll do, I'm going to take a walk back down there and just take some random shots of people and action and give you a little montage. I think for me it's just a case of getting out and trying to do some street photography. I don't think I need to explain anymore, do I? Plus it's getting out with the camera because I've not done it for a while. So yeah, let's go and take some shots. Now, what constitutes a good photo for me when I'm taking pictures of people is when there's some kind of engagement. So you've got one or more people, it's got to be one, more than one, two or more people engaged in conversation, or an exchange of money, for instance, somebody buying something off someone. So you're kind of telling a story through your image, through your camera, because you're capturing that moment in time when something is actually happening. So I'm going to walk down the harbour arm and see if I can catch some conversations. And what I'll do is just put a whole bunch of images together now. See if I can capture some people doing stuff. And for an element of abstract photography, look at the way the shadows are being cast from the roof onto the wall. Can I make something out of that? Lots of lines. Let's get past this litter bin here. We'll take a shot, see if I can get something. Because that's what I'm seeing, all the shadows. And that looked fab in black and white. And I can hear music, and I'll probably get done for copyright. Anyway, a couple of shots of architecture with shadows, sort of fine art stuff. There's something quite satisfying actually about just the freedom of going out handheld, taking pictures of things and people. I was chatting with this American lad. He was just sitting there and he had an old 35mm with a prime lens sat on it, an old Nikon F3, F4. Whipped out his Hasselblad. He said, "Oh yeah, just go out, man, and take pictures of." In fact, here's his conversation with me.
My other one. That's an F3. That's from like 85-ish.
Okay.
The HP, just like a high point viewfinder, so I can use it with sunglasses and stuff.
Oh, brilliant!
And then I've got that.
Oh, lovely stuff.
So that one's more of a slow pace.
So in terms of abstract, if we look here, this is the creative arts on the harbour arm, and they've got all these little structures for the skateboard kids to do their stunts. I'm going to see if I can take some abstract shots here. That one looks interesting. Can you see the pole on the rock? So I'll take a shot of that. The umbrella or walking cane yeah, might get a couple of abstracts here, and then I'll walk down the harbour arm, see if I can get a few more shots of some people. Well, I think Roman fox and, well, thank you. Just when I was just about to stop talking, seagull comes along. Yeah, I think Roman fox and Gary Goff are onto something, because that was actually quite enjoyable, just walking around, the freedom, knowing that I could take photographs of people and abstract objects and kind of fine art with shadows and things like that. I mean, that was just a quick walk around. If I was going to do it, you know, not on video and just go out and capture, then I'll take my time and I will just walk around a town centre, a city centre, and just shoot away. So hopefully you got something out of that. I'm going to, any pictures I've not showed so far, I'll give you gallery at the end. I think I said it before, but I can't remember if I did, so I'm going to say it again anyway. I took all my shots in RAW and fine JPEG. They're the options that I can have with my camera. And so for the fine JPEG, I set it to monochrome, so they're all black and white. But if I want to show any colour images, then I've got to process the RAW files, which isn't a problem. I've got the software to do that. But I have a feeling that street photography looks more dramatic in black and white. It just, maybe it's the storytelling aspect. You know, when you think back to editorial images off newspapers, that kind of thing, they were always black and white, weren't they? Any pictures of old celebrities that we've all adored, the Beatles, Marilyn Monroe, you know, ex-presidents, whatever it might be, they look more dramatic in black and white. I'm going to get onto the subject of black and white photography because I've been reading up on Ansel Adams. Fascinating story. Obviously I'm not in the America West and I don't have canyons and gorges and mountains to take photographs of, but I think if I can capture a day where I've got dramatic clouds and maybe a dramatic scene for Kent, then I'm going to go out and do some black and white landscapes just like Ansel Adams. But yeah, everything's shot on shutter priority as it's showing there. I took a couple of shots of people on bikes and I dropped the speed down to 1/60th, try and capture the motion. So yeah, leave you with the gallery and I'll say thanks for watching, bearing with, and I'll see you in another video. And there will be more. Bye for now.